First gear. Oh, oh, oh.
Let it go. Hold on. When there's this many people around, it's way easier. Ready? Kickstand. So if your bike falls on the other side, what's the first thing you should do? It goes on that kickstand. Yeah.
Leaking?
You did. So funny, especially when you get older. And when your bike starts falling.
Radiator?
Oh yeah, let that fucker drop. Let it go, man. Because if you're trying to hold that thing up, it's just brutal on it, man.
And he stopped and lost his momentum. Bike went over to the left, weight up. Who's this guy?
He didn't learn to turn it.
Turn your shoulder! Turn your head!
In the dirt. 37.
There. Strawberry. Let's go. Ah, the two. Hot red-handed. Hot red-handed. Sorry, officer. Got hot red-handed.
All right, so we're gonna switch. We're probably a little behind, but we can do this all day because it only gets better and faster, and we can throw in more things. Like we can throw in a 2x4 on the road. You gotta stop, go over, you know, or cones or U-turns. There's all sorts of things you can do out here. You can practice all this stuff on your own. So, and we would always encourage you to practice emergency braking and circles, right and left, and head and eye stuff. You can do that anywhere. So,
And a question is the gate, sorry, is the gate open? Let us come in here and do this?
no, it's totally closed, and we even have to pull an encroachment permit with Caltrans to get over here. So we can come over here whenever we want, but the general, they don't even let anybody in here, public-wise. But any parking lot, you can do this stuff in. But so a couple things, we always try to take this few minutes that we have just to talk about general riding habits. A lot of people get in the most trouble on motorcycles because of speed. So really be cognizant of your speed. Like this morning, hey, you want to ride in at 100 miles an hour, short of getting a ticket, hey, have at it. That's probably the safest time and place to do it, right? Now 100 miles an hour on Crenshaw, probably not. I don't give a shit if it's 3 in the morning or 3 in the afternoon, you'll die because it's packed full of cars. 3 in the morning, you'll probably still die because you're gonna hit debris, a transient, who knows what you can hit. So you gotta be cognizant of what you're doing, and remember, speed limits are there for a reason because there's driveways, there's commercial areas, there's all sorts of traffic indexes, lanes, parking. So really watch out for that stuff. And when you're riding, don't ride with like this sense of entitlement that you can go wherever you want because you can split lanes. A lot of people get in trouble because they think they can just zip in anywhere. Cars still have the right of way. So if you're a motorcyclist, you're gonna make a left turn on a 3-lane road and the car in the number 1 lane opposing traffic stops for you, and you go, does that mean the number 2 and the number 3 slow lane have to stop for you? They don't. They have the right of way, not you, right?
Hey, Austin, can you copy me?
We get tons of crashes like that, lots of them, where people don't clear lane by lane. And then stuff like in unprotected intersections where there's a light, but there's not a green and a red arrow. Those should make every motorcyclist take extra pause and really, really watch out, and do not try to beat these lights, whether you're turning left or going straight. Because most people at those intersections, when they get hit, they get killed. It's not like, oh yeah, that was a close one. That's almost a fatal every time, because people are hauling ass trying to get through the light and beat the yellow. Well, the guy making the turn's trying to do the same thing. And if you hit, you lose. I don't care who's right and who's wrong. When you're on a bike, you crash, you lose. So be cognizant of that. Don't try to beat the light. Or conversely, if you're sitting there rolling down the road and you see the lights and they're gonna phase, it's red for you, but you're trying to time the light so you can split lanes and gun it through. You see plenty of people get killed that way too. They come flying through the other way and they timed it or ran it, and you're timing it or running it, borderline, and bam. So those are lose-lose. So when you're out there, you're turning left on a motorcycle, just wait till you get your visual confirmation from people slowing down. Because when a car slows down and stops, what does it do? It dips. And plus you can see the object's not moving as fast, right? So make sure you get the confirmation and go. But don't try to beat these cars, and don't ride in blind spots. And I don't mean like the traditional blind spot of you back here on somebody's blind spot, but if there's a van and a box truck and like an F-350 and you're coming towards an intersection, is it wise for you to ride behind all those cars so close on these intersections? Nobody can see you, right? So make sure you're visible. Or if it's just you and you're in the fast lane and there's a box tail truck far enough in front of you, get around that guy or get over to the farther to the left so people who in the opposing lanes can see you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We see people get hit all the time because they're not visible. And then loud pipes save lives. You know, fortunately there's nobody in here in this class that I think qualifies for that, but that's lame. It's bright lights, really, because there are people who are truly deaf who drive. Last time I checked, there's no blind people who drive. We think they're blind, but they're not really blind, right? So your lighting and the stuff